for exotic foods, and the Chinese catered for this demand by opening restaurants. Changes in legislation also meant that citizens of the Commonwealth had a right to settle in Britain, leading to an influx of Chinese from Hong Kong, Singapore, and Malaysia.
My name's wilt. My family came in the 50s over from Hong Kong, and in 1967 they established this bakery here in what's now London Chinatown. Gaily bao, a coconut custard bread. Oh, sensational. So it was actually my grandfather who came over initially first in 55, and through working himself in different jobs, he was able to build himself up to be able to make a start of this business. So later on, my grandmother came over, and now she's in charge here, and she's 80 now, and she's amazing. That's great. When they established it, they were able to bring over some relations and relatives from the village to come and work who were skilled in baking. And it was great because 90% of the customers were Chinese, and actually are still today.
The Chinese in the United Kingdom are well established, but many are now returning to Hong Kong in the 21st century.
After centuries of emigration, things are coming full circle. Not one to forget their roots, all these wealthy overseas Chinese are investing heavily in these towns that their ancestors had left generations ago. Many are coming home for the first time to share in one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Hong Kong is again a part of China, symbolizing not only the Chinese returning, but an influence of Chinese values on the wider world.
This is symbolized not only in the economic success, but also in the arts and culture.
The Hong Kong film industry is one area that bridged the gap between the East and the West. Now, many of the Chinese who were born overseas, they look to these movies for their role models, and stars like Jet Li, Jackie Chan, and Bruce Lee.
The Hong Kong film industry symbolizes the hybrid culture of Chinatowns all over the world.
Yeah, Hong Kong films are great, and Hollywood loves our movies. Here, and some of our movie stars went to Hollywood, like Jackie Chan, Chow Chi-yi, and Stephen Chow. Yeah, we always like to go to movies. Yeah.
The Hong Kong film industry rivals Hollywood for size, and there is also a lot of collaboration between the two. I met up with a couple of martial arts actors to find out more.
So have you guys worked in any Hollywood films?
Yes, we have. Me and our team trained 6 American artists for the film Matrix in 1 month. And we choreographed a fight sequence in the film. It's a very great, a good film.
It's a good film?
Yeah.
So what kind of Kung Fu style do you do?
In new film, they use modern style, but I don't like it. I like traditional Chinese Kung Fu.
What is that?
Punch me. Come on. This is Chinese Kung Fu, Wing Chun.
I like it.
See?
Yeah. As China burgeons on the world stage, Hong Kong is a superb place to be. Those coming back are often influenced by great living conditions and the laissez-faire economic policies.
Hong Kong-born restaurant owner Joseph Chang grew up in Canada's West Coast, but is now enjoying life back in his homeland. I'm here in Causeway Bay to meet him.
I was born in Hong Kong, and I left Hong Kong when I was 13 years old and moved to Canada. My first job was washing dishes at McDonald's when I was 18 years old. And after 10 years of washing dishes and flipping hamburgers at McDonald's, I had enough McDonald's, so I opened my own restaurant.
Why did you actually come back to Hong Kong?
Well, the reason I come back to Hong Kong because there's a lot more opportunity here than in Canada. In Hong Kong, we have 7.5 million people compared to Vancouver, it's only 1 million. And people here are more in tune of dining out than in Canada, which means there's a lot more business for me.
So tell me, how big is your empire?
Well, right now we have 40 restaurants, 13 cuisine, and 1,400 full-time employees. And the list is growing every year.
So why do you think all these overseas Chinese are coming back home?
Well, beside the economic advantages in China, I get to able to come back to learn my basic roots and to learn what I was missing when I was in overseas.
So what makes Hong Kong so different from the rest of the world?
Well, a lot of people left China many years ago to form their own Chinatown all over the world.
That's right.
But I think Hong Kong is the biggest Chinatown in the whole world.
I'll second that, yeah.
Everyone takes Chinatowns for granted, but millions of people endured unbelievable hardship in what was the greatest migration the world has ever seen. Chinese communities have never forgotten their roots, customs, and traditions. It seems these days, if you don't have a Chinatown, you're not a real city.